It's going to be a very informal video today. I just got home from work, but I just felt in the mood and talk a little bit about Master Gardener's program. I just started Master Gardener's program in January. Just wanted to update everybody on that and how it's going. And for any of you that, I'm a little crooked here. And mostly for any of you who are interested in knowing what a Master Gardener is and how to become a Master Gardener and what that really entails, I just thought I would do a really informal video to let you know how it's going. Our classes started in January and we're about midway through. We will graduate the end of May and it's an exciting time. And first and foremost, what to know about Master Gardener. What is a Master Gardener? Well, Master Gardener is people in the community who love gardening and love being able to help others learn how to garden. And there are people who are put in the kind of in-between, go-between, between the UC system here in California. In your state, it would be whatever university system you have in your state. Here in California, it's the UC system. We are the agents, in-between agents. The volume of calls that the UC system once upon a time was getting to handle all of the questions that the public had about gardening was overwhelming. And so they started Master Gardener's program with the effort and intent to have the middleman who can answer some of those questions and have the resources available directly from the UC system here in California that has the most up-to-date research on how to care for plants, soil amendment, pruning trees, a number of different garden-related topics. And so we as Master Gardeners, once we finish the program and become a Master Gardener, we do a lot of work with the community, and we're committed to work with the community on things just like that, topics that are important to people when they're learning how to garden or if they're having problems. Master Gardeners have several programs that they do. Ours is tri-county, so we have 3 counties involved in our particular Master Gardeners, and that involves the Santa Cruz, San Benito, and Monterey counties, all in one. So we have a lot of dedicated students this year in my class with me, people that drive from all over the place to come to class once a week. We have classes every Saturday where we learn and we review the book information that we get in our Master Gardeners volume. And the different chapters can be anything from soil amendment, pruning trees, entomology, so you're learning about different kinds of insects. And we have instructors that come in that are UC instructors, people who are specialists in different, especially in our counties. We have a lot of agriculture here, so we have a lot of consultants that come in and they know a lot about that field and can answer a lot of questions. We have them come in and review any of the chapters that we've read up on. We follow up that week and have an instructor come in and talk about those. And all of our instructors have been absolutely fabulous, wealth of information. It's been really a lot of fun to be able to talk to them. So knowledgeable. And that is so wonderful about being a Master Gardener. When you graduate, you have the access to all of these specialists who can give you information through the UC system about, what to do in certain situations with plants and with soil and with pests. I always joked for a long time that I still didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up, to be passionate about gardening. And that's one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel. And it wasn't until my kids graduated from high school and grew up and went on their own that I found myself needing something to fill that void. And that void became gardening for me. So I've been gardening for about 15 years and really just developed this passion for gardening and wanted to be able to help other people. And I found that I was taking so many pictures and videos of my garden. I decided, why the heck not? I've got nothing to lose. Express myself and my love for gardening and to help other people to learn how to garden and how to do things as I learn, be able to turn that around and show other people what I learn about gardening. And it's been great. And I've developed such a great community out there of other gardeners and people who are really, truly interested in learning how to garden. And I think it's fabulous. And I took that one step further when I decided I wanted to be a Master Gardener. And the first step that you do once you decide you want to be a Master Gardener is you apply for the Master Gardener program. And you will have a series of questions that you're asked. on that application. And then the next step is that you are interviewed by a panel of master gardeners in your program, local program, that are going to sit down with you and ask you pointed questions. And really what they're looking for is somebody who wants to be able to be involved with the community through the Master Gardeners program, with the variety of programs that they have, teaching others how to garden and, helping them to face all the questions that they're having about their gardening, whether it be problems, growing a plant, there's just a number of ways that Master Gardeners help in the community. They're really just searching for people that are committed and really excited about gardening and want to be able to help other people to garden and garden more effectively. And so that's really what the heart of the matter. When you talk about Master Gardeners, it's about getting out there in the community and helping other people who are forming that passion for gardening and getting involved. Our local Master Gardeners program has demonstration gardens where they grow a number of different fruits and vegetables, ornamental plants, and especially California natives. The first time you show up for the class, you'll be thumbprinted because you work with the public. You're given your textbook. We have our Master Gardeners Big Book, and this is what we do most of our reading on, and our quizzes. You'll have quizzes every week, and then you meet on Saturday and you have an instructor or more than one instructor come in and talk about the different subjects that you have read about and taken quizzes on. And there's a number of classes that we have that are just hands-on out there learning gardening, like, permaculture, learning things about worm castings and how to put together a worm bin to have worm castings for your garden, things like that. Really useful topics that you get to get in there and get your hands dirty, so to speak. We did do some propagation at one of the clinics, and it was just a lot of fun. You do get to do some hands-on things, but you're also learning textbook stuff too, and things that are going to help. You'll get resources on how to help people to find information that they need, and Master Gardeners also has a helpline. So if you go to your local Master Gardeners website, most of those websites are going to have a Ask a Master Gardener helpline. And basically what it is you fill out a form, and if you have a question or concern about your garden, a problem that you're having, or does a certain plant do well where I live, that kind of thing, you can ask a Master Gardener through email, and they will research that question and get back to you. So a lot of useful programs that the Master Gardeners do to keep the community involved in gardening and promote gardening, and all around how that helps, each individual in our community is a really important thing. In our state, plant natives are really important. So plant natives, we have a book that we have all about the different available native plants that can be grown in your garden in California and how to go about doing that. So that's a resource. And we also have a book that is about conserving nature, and that's always a concern for me because wildlife is a concern for me. I love to attract pollinators into my garden, and it's really important to me that my garden is healthy for the creatures that come in too. So I don't use pesticides, and I'm glad because Master Gardeners is on board with that. That is the last resort, would be to use pesticides. Any kind of alternate treatment that can be done in the garden is always the best option. And so I'm glad that their gardening philosophy lines up with mine, because I really don't want to use any pesticides in my garden if at all possible. I have a lot of critters that come in. We have bees and butterflies and hummingbirds and just a whole host of creatures, and I don't want anything harmful in the environment in my garden for them. So I'm really glad that, at least in our state, the Master Gardeners program, the focus is on trying to keep the gardens pesticide free too. So you learn about things like pesticides is one of the chapters that you learn about. And one of the best things has been getting to know some other gardeners who are going through the program with me in my class. And we have a fairly large class. I think this may be the biggest one that they've had in our local Master Gardeners. This graduating class, I think we're right around 50 people, which is a larger number than they had originally said they would accept, but there were so many candidates, so many people wanting to get in, so I think that's great. We have a big group but we're all trying to learn each other's names. And, we're midway through, and, I'm not the best with remembering names, but I certainly remember conversations about people's gardens and the types of plants that they enjoy growing. And that's a lot of fun. So that's another bonus about the Master Gardeners program, is getting to meet other gardeners in your area and just talk about your shared passions for gardening and for plants. And, that's always a lot of fun. Because as a gardener, if you have a passion for gardening and you talk to somebody who doesn't necessarily have that same passion, you kind of get this glossed over look when you're talking about, oh, I love my freesias they look so pretty. And then you see that face go blank. Well, in Master Gardeners, you're getting together with people that just share that passion for plants and for gardening. And so, you get involvement. You're able to talk about what they're growing in their garden and what you're growing in your garden. You're learning from other students even as you're going through the Master Gardener program, and I think it's fantastic. We have a lot of different variety of people in our class, college age, all the way through to retirement age and in between. So it's really great. We have a lot of retired school teachers and school teachers that are active still. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to meet these people and just get even more inspired about gardening. So the first thing that you do is you apply for the Master Gardeners program, and you would find the information on how to apply online. I'll put a link in the video on how you do that. And once you apply, you go in and you're interviewed by a panel of Master Gardeners. And they just basically want to find out, a little of your background, and they just want to make sure that you are committed to the program and to be involved in the program in the future, in putting in hours doing community work with the Master Gardeners program in a variety of different ways. That from teaching others to garden, hands-on things, plant sales. The Master Gardeners grow their own plants and have plant sales. Ours does twice a year. So there's a variety of different ways that you can get involved with the community and helping the community to learn more about gardening. And that's their main focus when they're doing interviews with their prospective students. As you go in, there's 4 or 5 Master Gardeners there, and you just let them know they're going to ask you questions about, different gardening topics and why you want to be a Master Gardener, and about things like leadership and just different topics. And then the next step is you'll get an email, whether you're accepted or not. And I was one of those chosen few. There's 50 of us, so I don't know that anybody was turned down this time. But I think it's a good process because, maybe there's some people that are kind of on the fence about whether they want to do it or not. And that interview probably would be a make or break. Yeah, I do want to do this, or no, maybe it's not for me. So it's a good process to go through. And once you get the acceptance email, then they'll give you the date of when the first class is and what you need to bring and what you need to be ready, prepared to do. We had our fingerprints taken, and that's basically because we, in the future, will be working with the public, and you want to protect the public. So fingerprinting is a good idea. I've already been fingerprinted for my own job, which is a requirement of my job, but I went ahead and got fingerprinted again. And you get your books, and they'll give you a guideline on the class structure and how the classes are going to be ran. And we have class every Saturday, all day long. And sometimes it's in Salinas, sometimes it's in Aptos. And this last Saturday, we had class at the demonstration garden that the Master Gardeners had there, and that was a lot of fun. So it's every Saturday. Holiday weekends, you will have that weekend off, so you get a break on the holiday weekends. And then you have 1 or 2, usually 2 chapters of reading to do every week, and a quiz or 2, depending on how many chapters you have. And you take that quiz, and then on the weekend when you go for the Saturday class, you're going to be reviewing the chapters that you read and the quiz, and going over the quiz and the answers. And so it's just one more way of learning and making sure that you're learning, and they want you to do well in the class. So that's one of the things, is that you don't have to be worried about pass or fail. They really want you to learn this stuff. They really want you to succeed, and they're going to do everything that they can do to help you to be a Master Gardener. So that's important to know. You have Master Gardeners program ours does from January, and we graduate the end of May. So we have a big final at the end, big test, and then we'll have a graduation party. And after that step, That's when, as Master Gardeners, that first year, you put in 50 hours of community service with the Master Gardeners program, and you can sign up for a different host. There's a wide range of activities that you can get involved in to get your 50 hours that year, that first year. And then the second year and after that, it's 25 hours of community Master Gardeners volunteer hours. So, and that's it. You find your little niches and where you belong in the Master Gardeners program. And I was fortunate to learn about the Master Gardeners program. I had already heard the term Master Gardeners, but didn't know what that really was. And so I did my own researching. And then I went to a plant sale because you who watch the channel know that I love to buy plants. I love to buy seeds. I love plants, plants, plants. So I had bought some plants from the Master Gardeners. Their fall spring sale. And you order them online and you pick your pickup date and time. And so you go and you pick them up. And I was able to talk to some Master Gardeners who were there doing the plant sale. And I met a few, Debbie, and was one of them. And I did a video with Debbie a year and a half ago or so. And it was great because they asked me, have you ever thought of being a Master Gardener? And I said, yes, I have. And it all, one thing led to another, and here I am in the middle of the Master Gardeners program. What that means for me personally is because I work too. I have a part-time job. I work 3+ days a week. And then I have a pretty good sized garden. Come on, guys, it's a pretty good sized garden. And so on my days off, if I'm not gardening, then I am doing a video and then studying and doing tests. So it's a lot right now, especially during the springtime, because the springtime garden is a lot of work. And we all know that as gardeners, you get out there, you've got all the deadheading to do and more planting to do and watering. My goodness, California, we have had weather that's summer weather. Our temperatures have been some days in the 90s. And so it has been very dry. And whereas a lot of you are still getting rain, maybe even snow, here in California, it feels like we're in summer right now and things are drying out quickly. We haven't had rain in a long time. So you can only imagine with all the watering that I have to do because I hand water. And between that, studying, taking my quizzes, class all day and Saturday, that only leaves me so many days, so many hours to get stuff done in the garden and to try and do a video. So I just want you to know that I am trying to still get out one video a week, but it is a challenge. And some of those videos might be videos about birds in the garden because I just don't have the energy to get in front of the camera and to do something, that put in a lot of effort because I just don't have it in my brain or I'm just wiped out. So instead, right now, you're getting videos maybe one a week. I'm trying to make them quality videos, not just videos about the birds that, I love the birds in my garden. So I like to do the videos of birds in my garden, but unfortunately not everybody on YouTube wants to watch birds in Kelly's garden. So I'm trying to put together some topics that I can do quality videos for you guys and help you guys learn or be inspired to learn more about gardening or a particular subject about gardening. So I'm trying to get quality stuff out there to you as I can. So thanks for bearing with me and enduring this time, this transition time where I'm in the middle of my Master Gardeners program and trying to keep up the garden, trying to do a good job at everything. And I do appreciate all of you who have subscribed at this time, because you probably are subscribing, and I've got this, video that was a how-to video and you thought it was pretty good, so you subscribed, and the next video is about the birds and making a bird nest in, my birdhouse. So you may have been like, I don't know if I want to keep on with this channel, but bear with me. I'm hoping that in the future I can get some time where I can go visit and do some nursery tours, maybe with Manny or with Maribel at Iron Pony. So I'm hoping to be able to do that, but right now I just don't have the time for that. When I'm home, I want to be in my garden, either working in the garden or, trying to plan some kind of constructive video that I can do in the garden for you guys to help you guys be more inspired by gardening than you already are, and to help you to know something that I've learned teach you something that maybe I have learned about how to do a certain task in the garden, plant a certain plant, trim a certain plant, and that kind of thing. So thanks so much for joining me today on this informal video about master gardeners and about what I want to be when I grow up, because I think I finally decided.